signs you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is November 6, 2022. It is 4:01 a.m. I took a long nap after going hiking. I didn't eat anything. I was not hungry. Took a shower, was knocked out on the couch. Got up, finished edit whatever I was editing before I went on the hike. And all of a sudden, we bought pizza when we came back. We bought a whole pie of pizza with 2 chicken parmesan with spaghetti. My son, I wasn't planning on cooking today. My son, my oldest, ate one of the chicken parmesan with spaghetti and some of the pizzas. And we have one of the chicken parmesan left. And I think right now, after the 2 slices that I took, there's 1 slice left. So I'm hoping if my youngest eat the pizza and my oldest eat the other chicken parmesan, I don't have to cook until tomorrow. My husband could fix himself something, and I could fix something for myself. I wasn't planning on cooking at all, but almost everything is gone. And after I finished edit, and all of a sudden I felt like eating. I ate 2 slices and I took a picture of it. We bought a plain pie, but I added onions and jalapeno on it and just microwave it. And now I have energy, and I was like, let me share some stuff with you, because there were some things that I was seeing going on. Oh, I didn't put that thing that I put on my community board. If I maybe at the end, after I finish record, because I start already, I could do a separate one and then insert it somewhere. But so far right now, I only have 11 tweets to share with you. 2 of them are politics, but almost the same. It's just I bookmarked them to share with you so I could read some of the comments, because two different people share that same video in terms of politics. And I think I have something on Oprah, and I have something to say about it, and I wanted to share it with you. And the last video that I have, it's nothing political, it's just funny, that's all, and I wanted to share it with you. All right, so let's go on Twitter. New subscribers, welcome. And by the way, the political one, I wanted to put it on my INVICTUS Team Sussex. I really highly recommend you guys to go on my INVICTUS Team Sussex and subscribe. Occasionally I have things related to the Sussexes or the royal family that has to do with legal issues or politics or something like that. Go on my other channel. You could view some stuff that I already have, you know, if you want to check them out, especially the thing with Andrew, Virginia Godfrey on the other channel. I have a lot of them there, and I also have some here, but majority of them are on my other channel. Okay, so let's get started. This is the first tweet. This person actually wrote them down, so I thought I'd share them with you. All right, I probably will take a screenshot and maybe put it on my community board as well. All right, November 8th, Archetype episode 9. November 15th, Archetype episode 10. November 12th, Archetype episode 11. November 29th, The Power of Women, An Evening with Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. I believe you have to pay to dine with her or something like that. I forgot how it goes. All right, and November 29, Archetype episode 12. December, Netflix documentary. December 6, Ripple of Hope Award Gala. December 6, People Choice Award. January 10, Spare is released. Hopefully my book will come. All right, so this someone took the time and wrote the schedule, and hopefully it helps you guys. All right, let's read some of the comments. Maybe some squad add more. Okay, the Sussexes and Sussex squad keep winning. December 23, the Sussexes Christmas card. Maybe. Okay, OMG, I can wait. They never really set the time. They just, you know, usually send it to a charity, and then that's how people will make donation or something like that to make awareness of that particular charity. We are booked and busy. Yes, Christmas card doesn't count, or I don't think it counts because they don't really use. We know it's around that time, but I don't know. You make of it. Okay, technically not scheduled. Even if we know they always release one on the 23rd. That's the thing here. I will not make it count. Okay, we are busy. Okay, I'm going to be fat from so much feasting. Okay, I'm very delighted to see the Sussexes doing so well. They've worked hard to get where they are. That's the thing the royal family don't get. They are working to be mentioned in almost everything that we keep on hearing about. But instead, they think it's the freaking title. If they really so worry about the title, what does royal family needs to do is do what is necessary to take it away, because they'll still be doing the things that they do. Okay, and they've consistently made decisions that are consistent with their values and long-term goals. Wow, look at the Sussexes dishes. They have full plates and their cups runneth over. The Sussexes are hard at work. Love it. Love this. Give them what they want. Okay, our thirst is being well and truly quenched. Thank you, Harry and Meghan. Okay, the only working royals there. Okay, booked and busy. Yes. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. I don't know why. I love to read comments. I may not agree with all of the comments, but I like to hear what other people are thinking about certain posts or tweets. All right, next tweet. I'm not paying for the blue check because I think now Elon Musk bought the Twitter, and there's some words going around that couple things people, whoever is on Twitter gonna have to pay to get it or something like that. So this tweet is making reference to that. Okay, and was it the blue check or something like that? I think is when they verify you. Okay, I think to be verified you have to have forgot how it goes, but there's some requirement. But now Twitter is asking you to pay for it. So what's the point of it? The value of a check no longer relevant, the blue check that is, because this is something for Twitter to verify, to make sure that you are legit kind of a person. But now if you're paying for it, it no longer have any values, you know. That's the way that I see it. Plus, I never really cared too much about it. What I really needed, I'm doing it already. Okay, which is to defend Harry and Meghan. And then now, I'm sharing some of the tweets with you guys. So I really don't care if I'm verified or not. Alright, so that's the tweet. That's what the tweet is making reference to. Okay, I'm not paying for the blue check. I never came here for clout or personal attention anyway. I came here to fight racism and to support Meghan Markle and strong women, particularly black women. Regardless of what happens, it has been an honor. I'll do it all over again. Yeah. Someone put a tweet out the other day saying to join another platform that just started. I need to look into it because they say it's the one or two of the founders of Twitter who created it. So I need to look into it. So if anything, I could always jump back over there and just leave Twitter alone. But if you're not careful, Twitter have a lot of negative stuff in there. Lucky I'm fishing through all of this negativity and share with you some of the important things. There's me responding to her. Thank you. Some people forgot why they came here in the first place. That was my number one reason to come back to Twitter. I've had my account since 2009, never participate in any convo until 2018 or 2019. I didn't even remember my password. Then I create this account to fully participate and fight the battle. Yeah, pretty much when I started covering the Sussexes, that's when I create this account. I don't even, let's see, I don't want to lose this page. I'll check when I create this account. This one was either 2019 or 2018. Okay, Sam only just started, someone responded to me here. Sam only just started actively using Twitter a few months ago to support Harry and Meghan. That was when I also became aware that I've had my account since 2009. You see, joined Instagram for Harry and Meghan a few years ago, so there's no of followers can remain higher than William and Kate. Naughty of me, I know. Okay, for reconciliation. Stand and fight. Something tells me that Twitter will fall before you do. What is it? If you have a alternative, please tell us. Counter social, or is that the one? It's good as far as I can see. What? That's a new platform. Okay, counter social. What is that? Let me follow it so I could come back to it. But or bookmark it. That's what I should have done. Alright. Musk will drive Twitter into the ground. No one makes money on Twitter like they do on YouTube. No one needs Twitter, so why pay for it? Users will leave and Twitter ad revenues will drop. Why fix something that isn't working? Oh, why? He overpaid and needs to pay his loan. And the thing is that, okay, when I started covering the Johnny Depp thing, and I realized Johnny Depp won, which was my for my satisfaction, because that was the only reason I was really following the trial, because it was so unfair. Then later on I start seeing other things, okay, seeing other things, and then some of Johnny Depp fans stop saying, you know, like I was there first, I've been doing. I'm like, okay, well, not to me, but just reading comments, and it was repetitive, okay. So I was like, you know what? I'm satisfied the way the verdict went. Johnny won, and I'm happy for him. Okay? So I left that alone. But the main reason that I stopped looking too much into Johnny Depp thing, because I was seeing a lot of things. It's even deeper. It's very dangerous. Very dangerous. I didn't want to open my mouth to say things that I don't have proof of, but just analyzing things. Okay, this is deeper than that. Elon Musk bought Twitter for something else. Okay, for something else, and it was, I think they blackmailed him for him to buy Twitter by someone. I'm not mentioning any name. So he had to. I don't know if I'm even. You know what? I'm gonna leave that alone. So much to say about this. I'm just gonna leave it as that. Mass migration. has never been more important. Let's mass migration from Twitter. Yeah, but where do we go? I hope some of the employees sacked by Elon Musk will come up with an alternative soon enough. Necessity is the mother of invention after all. That is true. That is true. There's always a reason people need something, they create something. So it's true. I agree with that. Thanks, you do a great job, or you going tribal. Quite a few of us signed up to counter social earlier in the year when Musk first threatened. It is super easy to do. Okay, I need to look at the counter social thing. Alright, I will not pay for Twitter. There are other social media sites. I do like Twitter though. It's a petty. Alright, I've looked. Like I was gonna say is that there's a reason. Because you know what? I'm gonna leave this topic alone because I feel like I'm gonna say things I probably give myself work for when I'm editing. I'm gonna leave this. There's so much more to say about that. It's much more than what we are seeing. Next tweet. Okay, I'll hand over $100,000 to Angela Levine 1 if she report the hacking to the Met Police and they find any hacking at all. Please get this message over to her. I know she will use the money. I challenge her to report the hacking to the Met Police sample. The one thing you don't want to do with people in the UK, they'll make things happen. Okay, they will make things happen. So to get your money. All right. So if I were you, don't even mention this because the UK people, they are people who are at a certain position. They make things happen. All right. So let's see here. So did she say someone hacked her thing? Let's see here. That woman is crazy. Her mind has begun to haunt her. Her mind. I'm thinking of those GIF that I have with the overshadowed. You see, I even blocked her. I don't care about her. I don't really want to see. If the squad don't bring screenshot, I will not know what she talk about. You see, I blocked her. And who is that? Sarah. Okay, so that's the person who tweeted. Must have clicked on that link from a Nigerian prince. What is that? Okay, yep. Lush Levine is throwing the kitchen sink at her publicity for that terrible book of hers. Desperation is the world's worst cologne. She could be suffering from what they call Musha's syndrome. Pity these TV stations and newspapers continue to support her. I mean, it's like signing with the devil, this kind of thing. It's all one group. And I just hope if there is new, young, journalist, don't sign with these people. And I need to look more on the 19th if they ever put anything, because ever since Meghan did that interview with the 19th, I haven't heard much from them, because I would rather listen or read some of their stuff than these people. Alright, I remember one time she tweeted some hateful things about Meghan and she received a warning from Twitter like everyone whose tweets have been reported does, and she claimed that Harry and Meghan lawyers sent her a warning. What? Did the dog report this to the Met Police? The villain may hate Meghan, but I'm pretty sure the devil doesn't cross Meghan's mind. Meghan... Oh, I thought my phone was ringing. Meghan is too busy leading her very full life with her husband and 2 kids, her hit podcast, dogs, beautiful home, etc. Meghan is definitely living her best life 100. Okay, more dollars if she can provide evidence that the Sussex squad are involved. Nobody have time for these racist people. They have nothing positive to contribute to society. So why even bother? Ignore. Just ignore. Let them live in their crazy bubble. But once they interfere in our space, like when they do with Meghan, that's when we get involved. Leave them in their crazy bubble. Alright, next tweet. And spare, I hope Harry described how liberating it was to leave the dumbassery of Buckingham Palace to evolve amongst the most brilliant minds in the Silicon Valley. Imagine being expected to play second fiddle to a clown who majored in geography. Just like majored in geography, but yet there's, what is it? How come there was never any war in Europe or something like that? I think that's what he said when he went to the Ukrainian charity place. And then to try to get the reporter to backtrack to backtrack, they blame it on Nadine White, and that's how I came across Nadine White. I follow her, but she hasn't posted much, or maybe I didn't see some of her posts. Okay, that's a journalist, a young black journalist in the UK. I think she's in the UK. I might be wrong on that. Imagine being proud of being a geography major. Clown. Baldy is a failure. They probably just gave him the degree because of who he is. You never know. You never know, because I don't see it. You know what? Let me shut my mouth. Alright, and apparently he wanted to drop out. Mess. Yeah, because from what I've heard, it was the wife who forced him to stay. Okay, a clown that barely passed. Major in geography and has no idea that his wife lives in Windsor. Oh my god. This one is a quick shade without even trying too hard. Major in geography and has no idea that his wife lives in Windsor, not in Kensington Palace where he resides as a bachelor. That's quite crazy. Okay, I can agree more. King Harry knows his value. Okay, at last. Oh, I finished with everything. And said person couldn't even do basic research about the wars that took place in Europe. See, that's the thing I was just talking about. I didn't even see this comment. Shaking my head. Yeah, that's when he went to the Ukrainian charity place. Yeah, where he could only do a smile.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it's that's more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
And that's it. OMG, William major in geography. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. Prince William skipped his cousin's wedding, which KK attended, to go see his, the one that got away, get married. Wow, really? So he didn't go to his cousin, but he went to the other one. Wow. Is that the one that they say who, what do you call this? No, never mind. I don't know their name, so let me not even speculate. Okay, Meghan's husband will never. Okay, he lies in his statement that KK met the Queen 20 years ago. What? It's a lie. She was introduced to the Queen at Peter's wedding in 2008, while Peggy skipped it to hang out with Jekka at her brother's wedding. Oh, brother's wedding. Okay, they're cleaning his images. Yeah, they threw so much nonsense. They didn't think people will keep some receipt somewhere and people will forget. Okay, they're cleaning his image. There's that. Oh, this is an account that I blocked. Alright, which cousin, please? Fill me in on this juicy one too. Peter. This was when they were dating. There's the laugh. Whose wedding? Peter. Everything's at the top. Sometimes you have to follow the thread or the tweet to know what they're talking about. All right, next tweet. This is by Warrior Suitor. All right, it's a thread. All right, case study. Robert Lacey's second-year journey. When his 2020 book on Harry and Will came out, he noted that Kensington Palace refused to read the manuscript, unlike his previous royal biographies, presumably because his depiction of Will wasn't wholly flattering. He was persona non grata. Okay, that's a thread. Cut to 2021, post Harry and Meghan's Oprah interview, viewing Lacey, the Crown's historical consultant, as a trusted voice in the US. Okay. The palace offers access to Will's friend, an insider, for his book update to counter narrative in the interview and Finding Freedom. He's back on side. Today, having served his purpose for KP, Lacey falls out of favor again as Buckingham Palace tried to discredit season 5 of The Crown, depicting the adultery and treachery of the 90s, put King Charles and Camilla in crosshair, and Lacey is branded a traitor. Really? Very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna finish with this. I'm gonna go in this. The squad archive it. So this is very interesting. Okay, curious to know which version of his book he will pick if he was ever asked to consult on the brothers. Alright, let's go into this. Okay, I'll leave the link of this. This is the archive. Sometimes I hate to read the archive because they are very the texts are very small. All right, let's copy that so you guys could read it. If I don't finish read it all, you guys could read it. Okay, the crown, never a truer word was said of the royal family. Okay, toward the climax of the Queen's Peter Morgan 2006 film depicting the event that followed the death of Diana, Princess of Wales, in 1997. We encounter Elizabeth II, played by Helen Mirren, lost in the Highland of Scotland while her family are stalking deer. Suddenly, she catches sight of the prey, a magnificent emerald stag standing proudly in the heather. He is a monarch under threat, as was the late Queen in those tragic days, pursued by the British media, who condemned her apparent indifference to Diana's death. Elizabeth starts talking to the animals, sensing their common plight, then, stricken with anxiety as she hears the stalker approach, she shoos the imperiled beast to run for safety. The Peter Morgan stag scene is taught in film school around the world as an example of her sheer invention. A notion plucked out of the air can bring history brilliantly to life. No one imagines that the Queen ever spoke to a wild stag, but this was the moment when many critics said they really felt the poignant and historical message of the movie, how a modern monarch lives permanently under threat. In 2007, this episode of pure imagination helped win a Best Actress Oscar by Meghan and a Golden Globe for Morgan's screenplay, along with subsequent honor, including a CBE Commander of the Order of the British Empire, whose ribbon and medal was placed around the writer's neck by Prince Charles himself. Very interesting. Now, when they make them look good, they get medals for all of this. Quote, for service to British drama. Okay. Plot twisted. 15 years later, the vote surrounding the eminent 5th season of Morgan's TV series does not center on imagination, but on absolutely solid fact. Wow. Triple, quadruple down, it is true. But on absolutely solid fact. The latest complaint is not that the Crown is inaccurate. The problem seems to be that its content is all too true. And I am happy to concur with that. Okay. Full disclosure, I am a historical consultant to the Crown, so I will say that, of course, however, through all the history that is 6 seasons, covered from 1920 to early 2000, there has not been a decade in which the event have been better documented, and that is largely thanks to the royal participants themselves. Okay, Charles himself presented the world with his own 620-page account of his life, and especially in 1990s, the focus of season 5, with the help of his ghostwriter Jonathan Dembly. This was in response to Diana's own personal blow-by-blow testimonial, just 167 pages, memorably delivered on tape to the journalist Andrew Morton, who is himself a character in several episodes. And the 1990s was the decade when the two leading royal protagonists in the drama choose to set out their own account of exactly what happened behind palace door in 2 eye-popping volumes. However, 30 years later, the author of the larger volume, now King, they're saying that he is part of it. He gave them the content to make the movie, pretty much. Poor William. He went to throw his mother under the bus.
I would like to thank Lord Dyson and his team for the report. It is welcome that the BBC accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning. That BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
For saying is only the Martin Bashir interview, but yet the Quran is saying your parents were part of the whole scene that made them wrote the script. But let's read. However, 30 years later, the author of the larger volume, now king, is apparently demanding that the truth he was then so keen for us to absorb, his own authentic record of event, be consigned to oblivion. Then there is a proposal from some of his friends that all the installments of season 5 should be preceded by a screen health warning. Oh my God, they're not turning away, thus actively attracting attention by alerting viewers that what they are being offered is not some boring documentary, but imagine episode of spicy fiction. That seems counterproductive. So it was fiction, was it, to declare in episode 5 of 5, quote, there were 3 of us in this marriage. And what about, quote, I want to feel my way along you, all over you, and up and down you, and out. I'm sorry. Look at the screen as I read this. That just remind me. There's a cartoon. I think I shared that that clip with you. I think it had to do with. Oh damn! He passed away. It's a cartoonist where he will wear the same underwear, turn it inside out and front and back. That's what just remind me. So I had to look for that clip for me to share it with you. So I have to intervene in between so I don't get flagged for it. I'm gonna try it. If you don't see this clip, that means I get flagged for it. Alright, so this is the clip where the thing with the underwear.
What do you need, little man? Deodorant? Breath mint? Fresh pair of underpants?
Underpants? You need serious help.
Hey, I come prepared. I haven't done laundry.
Okay, so this is the part. I need to stop somewhere because this is only 20 seconds. So this is the part where he's saying about the underwear, where he turned it side out, front and back. That was so disgusting. But listen.
6 months. One pair lasts me 4 days. I go front, I go back, I go inside out, then I go front and back.
Wow, that is both disgusting and awesome.
It's called recycling.
That is so funny. Alright, but let's continue. Who never said that, okay? Let us not even go near Camilla. You're going to come back as a pair of knickers, prompting Charles' response, oh, God forbid there's this. Okay, I offer my apologies for the coy asterisk, but I can't bring myself to spell out the fatal word. Although all of us know exactly, Tempax pretty much. Alright, although all of us know exactly what it was, that's the trouble. Those cringeworthy endearments really were uttered in an exchange between Charles and his then mistress. Okay, let's not forget mistress, which was recorded by a Cheshire-based radio ham and have never been disavowed. If you subscribe to Netflix and tune in next week, you will see the mechanics of how the royal voices got extracted from the ether. And sorry, you will hear that word again is the operative word, for you have certainly read these graphics and embarrassing sentiment before. They have been published in this and very other British newspapers on countless occasions. Like it or not, they are central to the history and identity of our present king and queen. The imagery is large in the collective consciousness. Okay, it is the misfortune of the king that he happened to have come to the throne 6 years after the first episode of The Crown was broadcast in November 2016. Since then, the series have been plowing steadily through successive decades of relatively straightforward history and matching drama season, winning critical praise and dozens of prestigious awards, with season 5 and the scandalous event of the 1990s now coming together as long scheduled for broadcast next week. The rogue ingredient that has inspired the current furor is the said demise of Queen Elizabeth this September and accession of her son. The once controversial and disputatious prince has been transformed to grandfatherly monarch, elevated to a different sphere with all the reverence that doth hedge a king, while Mr. Golden Globe Morgan CBE find himself heading for Trader's Cage. Oh my God. While Mr. Golden Globe Morgan, CBE, finds himself heading for Trader's Gate. Pretty much saying it's not a traitor. He's saying the fact. Okay, enter the Bended Knee Brigade, led by Dame Judi Dench. How the British love to bow and scrape. Crude sensationalism is the term one might apply to Dench screamed depiction of Queen Victoria First and Mrs. Brown, based on the scurrilous rumors that the widowed Queen enjoy an improper relationship with her Scottish gillies, John Brown, and then Victoria and Abdul, exaggerated account of the Queen's relationship with another servant, her Indian attendant, the Munchie. All right, so I'm gonna leave the rest. All right, I'm almost done, but you could read the rest yourself. All right, the link will be in the description. All right, so I did finish read all of the comments. There wasn't that. Oh, there's in here 11. Let's see here. Okay, really, there's the laugh. Well, Netflix is using tool on biopic writing for their docudrama. It's either the royal family is lying or these so-called royal experts are lying. There's the laugh. Okay, we have the receipt ready from their own mouth in 2003. All right. That line from Shakespeare about protesting too much keeps coming to mind with each new tantrum from Charles and Buckhouse and all royal press poodles. Royal press poodle on behalf of Charles. Okay, it's laughable at this point, but I'm highly entertained. Okay, these people tell on themselves, yep. Okay, in that case, there's a strong possibility he'll be back in their good grips. Should they need a counter spare next year? One might even say he knows it too. All right, it doesn't get enough attention that Team Will are strong leakers. Will is so desperate for Harry to carry the burden of bad press. The monarchy is a mess. All right, discredit. He's grifting at both sides, so he should expect the backlash from sycophant and royalists. I love this for him, giving what horrible lies he penned and keeps saying about Meghan. Okay, like they were to skip it all, said they live happily ever after. Charles and Camilla were there and lived it. They know the shit they did. They can dish it out, but can't take it when people talk about it. Yep, that's right. They can dish it out, but they can't take it when people talk about it. They are remorseless and evil. Yep, they did it. Now take the hit for your action. Abolish the monarchy. All right, so that's it. I read all of the comment. Okay, next tweet. There's this. Okay, the African prince, deep in his heart, just like his mother, you can't fake that kind of genuine love. Okay, that's why we see right through his brother and we know his fakeness when we see it. Okay. Still working with that suede shoes. I have, what is it, when they first put that on him, he thought he was gonna hug Prince Yoso. I never seen a picture. Is that Prince Yoso's brother, the king? Okay, I need to look it up at some point. Alright. Anti-Meghan racists should consider how close they came to having an actual black African princess in the royal family, with a title she was born with that nobody could take away. Okay. There's a heart, and okay, I'm struggling now with Sam. Like it always said, Harry is genuine. Yeah, I think whenever he opens his mouth, he speaks his truth. All right, so I'm done with the royal family. Okay, there's a lot more tweets on different topics with the royal family. I just decided not to share them. But now I'm going to politics. If you're not into it, just stop right now.
it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And you know, for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.